Jane in Germany has a very interesting question. When you have a genetically transmitted alter identity that is not saved, where do you send them? Are they always healed and the demons sent to the pit? Very important question, Jane. She's asking about something that we write about in our books, such as my book, Dealing with Demons. And you can see this demonstrated many times on our YouTube Exorcism channel. It's a state of consciousness from the past. It's a genetically encoded aspect of identity from someone in the bloodline, in most cases, who has lived generations before. Now, to understand this, think of dissociative identity disorder in the present, or multiple personalities, when an alter ego state splits off into a separate state of identity. It's a metaphysical state of consciousness, not a real being, and yet it has all the aspects of identity, and as a dissociated identity, has its own will and thoughts and can speak separate from the core individual. So, very often in the past, when there has been something evil which has taken place, usually which starts a curse, there may be one of these alter identity ego states that splits off and becomes genetically embedded. It's right there in the DNA, and it has a sense of consciousness and awareness so that it can even speak in the present. But this isn't necromancy, and it's not a real being. So what do? Well, I seek to bring psychotherapeutic spiritual healing to this alter identity state. And if I can bring it to Christ, good. And then I send it to the peace of God. Now, if it will not repent, then I send it to God to be judged. Now remember, I said this is psychotherapeutic. It is a spiritual phenomenon, and it's about a state of consciousness, so you're not dealing with an actual real being. Yet, because this dissociated alter state has many aspects of conscious identity, even though it is unconscious, it has to be dealt with, because whatever its agenda is, particularly if it's associated with some evil from the past, it will hinder the person in the present until this state of consciousness is resolved. This is a deep topic, and that's why I encourage you to get our materials, study it, and learn more about this issue of genetically transmitted actual states of consciousness from the past, which we call ancestral generational dissociation. How do you know if your problems are the result of bad life choices or demons? And what do you do if your problem is demons? My 200-page book, Dealing with Demons, has answers for questions most are afraid to ask. Can Christians be demon-possessed? How can I know what's natural and what's supernatural? Dealing with Demons will teach you how to recognize symptoms that the devil is at work in your life or the life of someone that you care about. Learn strategies to avoid Satan's traps and walk in freedom and supernatural protection. Read Dealing with Demons and be one step closer to living in spiritual victory. I invite you to enroll today at our International School of Exorcism, an online Bible college of spiritual warfare. It's all right there on your iPhone, your Android, your computer, or your iPad. 24/7 you can study at your own pace. You'll learn about the history of exorcism, healing, deliverance, and spiritual warfare in the Bible and church history. You'll also learn the practical aspects of breaking curses, pulling down spiritual strongholds, and removing the legal rights of Satan. Once you've completed and receive a certificate, you then can join with me personally and be mentored side by side with me in my seminars across America. There's no better time than now to learn how to set yourself, your friends, and family free from the bondage of Satan by enrolling in the International School of Exorcism. The most frequent demon that I deal with is the spirit of Jezebel, the most prevalent evil spirit of our age. This demon wants to destroy your health, your finances, your marriage, your family, and your church. Learn the tactics of Jezebel throughout history and in the time in which we live. My book, Jezebel, Defeating Your Number One Spiritual Enemy, is your key to overcoming this demon, which is more prevalent than at any time in human history. Get your copy today. Jezebel, Defeating Your Number One Spiritual Enemy.
He took the curses away from me. Was he Bob Larson? Because he can help you.
If your life isn't all that it should be, if relationships aren't working, if your health, your finances, or your spiritual life are unhappy, schedule a personal one-on-one encounter with me. We'll get to the root of the issues that are holding you back. We'll give you answers and a whole new direction in life.
Oh, what a change, what a difference when you have an encounter with God.
Take action. I look forward to seeing you soon.
We encourage your support for this worldwide outreach to do what Jesus did. For the latest information on resources, seminars, conferences, training institutes, retreats, and international missions, go to boblarson.org. Thank you for your prayers and financial partnership.